Yeah? Why can't I tell him? I want to tell him. Yeah, I'm going to tell him anyhow. I'm going to share with you guys a big secret that the top hut players have and that I want to tell you about. That way you can incorporate it into the way you play and the way you build your squad and get a better advantage, especially when you're playing tough competition. Now, this isn't a video where I'm going to talk about how to score goals, how to defend your net, how to set your strategies in some magical way that's going to make you win. Instead, let's talk about players. Let's talk about what you can expect when you play with some of these players, when you have them on your squad, what to expect when you play against some of these players, and just, developing your own play style. That way you have the best chance to succeed that you can every time you play, especially in those competitive modes. Yahoo! Enjoy these consolidated clips while I talk about what you consciously need to do to develop your team. Now, time and time again, and it's every game, people say you need to find your own style. Play to your own style. Don't just use my Swiss cheese build, and you need to find what's good for you. That's especially true in these ultimate team building games. Are you a skilled guy that you want to blaze down the wings and put pressure on the net, get some dekes, lay some passes across? You mean an offensive minded player? Or are you more of a conservative, control the puck, control the flow of the game kind of player? When you look at cards in the auction house, obviously the overall matters. That's some sort of average, although as you see on Hot DB, it might not add up perfect, the stats versus what you get as an overall. But you need to be cognizant and conscious of that overall, but look at the stats. If you're a runner and gunner and you just shoot, you're looking to snipe, you need to open up that, click in the joystick and look at individual shooting stats. If you're a deker, you need to be looking at puck control, stick handling, speed. If you, in that same vein, are a breakaway master, you need to be looking at not only speed, but acceleration and other skating skills. If you're a guy that controls the puck, you control the pace of the game, you want to really be a good defensive, 2-0, 2-1 game guy, you're going to want to look at defensive awareness, shot blocking, stick checking, body checking. Just want to make it obvious because, it's so natural. It's almost human nature when you go in the auction house. You see, oh, that guy's an 89, and you'd naturally prefer the 89 to the 88, but that's not necessarily consistent with your play style. So all the time you hear people saying, well, how does this card play? Well, that's such a stylistic component to it that you need to know how you play, how you want to play, and build your team accordingly. And that is that slightest difference that will lead you to beating some extremely good guys or guys that you match up well with, and then your team just fits your style and you have that advantage that they don't because they just have higher overalls. Never is that more obvious than this leader set that just came out, where one of, if they're 83 overall, they have one stat that is 99 overall. Like if you're a one timer, Joe Thornton's only 83, but he has 99 overall passing. If you play a certain way and you want to pass and do one timers, Joe Thornton would be incredible for your team. There's also a lot to be said about big bodies. If you're struggling on defense, giving up shots, giving up one-timers, get some big bodies because they'll not only stop your opponent on the rush at your blue line, but they'll also block a lot of shots. So, be conscious. Pay attention to not only overalls, stats, individual stats versus how you want to play, how you do play, and buy accordingly and build that way. It'll take you farther than just getting the highest overall that you can afford. And that's my 2 cents. So again, real quick, just a reminder, pay attention to body type, size. If you get a 5'10 speed guy, they're not going to help you as much on defense as a 6'5 Brett Burns blocking shots, or a Zdeno Chara clogging that neutral zone and entering your zone, defending, blocking shots, everything. Pay attention to shooting. If you want to snipe, get people that can shoot and snipe, not guys that are just fast. If you want to blaze down the wings and create space and deke, get guys like that. Pay attention to those stat lines. It'll go a long way. It'll play to your style. You probably know your style, and just build accordingly. Mess with it. Don't stagnate and leave it still, especially as new cards go. So get out there, go play some hot games, and if you like my content, be sure to hit that subscribe button. You have any questions, leave me a comment. If you want to like anything, I'm here to support you guys, and happy chilling.
Models popping bottles.